few days ago, while scrolling through the listings on classiccars.com, I stumbled across something that genuinely stopped me mid-scroll. A rare find in today's collector car market. It wasn't just the beauty of the photograph that caught my eye, though the shape and the poise of the machine certainly had their say. It was something else. There was an aura to the car, a quiet sense of history and importance that only a handful of automobiles ever truly possess. What I had found was a 1953 Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe, an automobile born from one of the most fascinating collaborations between American engineering and Italian design. This particular car resides in Auburn, Indiana, and as soon as I laid eyes on it, I knew it was something truly special, something that deserved to be appreciated for far more than just its price tag. In the upper echelons of the collector car world, where concours winners parade across manicured lawns beneath white tents and silk banners, there are few genuine bargains. The cars that grace those stages tend to carry seven-figure price tags, and the privilege of merely participating, let alone winning, often requires deep pockets and deeper connections. I have had the privilege to show many automobiles at these prestigious events over the past decade, and I can say with absolute certainty that each one of our award-winning entries cost well beyond $400,000, some over $1 million. That's simply the cost of entry when you aim for the best. Yet, every so often, a rare opportunity presents itself. A car that embodies all the grace, exclusivity, and historical importance of a top-tier concours contender, but without requiring you to remortgage your estate. This 1953 Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe is exactly that, a genuine piece of post-war automotive art that, remarkably, remains within reach. The Chrysler Ghia partnership stands as one of the most important transatlantic collaborations of the 1950s. In the years following World War II, the world was changing rapidly, and so too was the automobile industry. American carmakers had mastered volume production and mechanical reliability, but in terms of design flair and artistry, it was Italy that held the crown. Chrysler's visionary design chief, Virgil Exner, understood this perfectly. His mission was to infuse Chrysler with the kind of European glamour that had long been missing from Detroit's production lines. The result was a series of show cars and limited production models built by the famed Italian coach builder Chrysler Ghia, each one a delicate blend of American power and Italian sensuality. Ghia's craftsmen, led by the talented Giovanni Savinuzzi, brought Exner's forward-look design philosophy to life with hand-formed panels and sculptural details that captured the imagination of the motoring world. These cars, ranging from the K310 and the Thomas Special to the later Chrysler Special Coupe, weren't just prototypes or exercises in style. They were rolling sculptures, deeply emblematic of the optimism of the 1950s. The Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe was the pinnacle of this collaboration. Only 18 examples were built, each carefully assembled by hand in Italy and then shipped to the United States for Chrysler's most discerning clients. The design itself is an exquisite interpretation of restrained luxury. The long, flowing lines taper toward a delicately curved tail, while the front is dominated by a bold but graceful grille that manages to look both modern and timeless. From every angle, the Ghia Special Coupe communicates quiet confidence rather than ostentation. There are no unnecessary flourishes, no gimmicks, just pure proportion and balance, the hallmark of true design excellence. The story of this particular car adds yet another layer of fascination. Finished in its original dove gray paint, it presents itself today much as it did when new. It is believed to have received only a single professional respray in its lifetime, and that was done in the correct original color. The car's surface retains the kind of subtle depth and tone that can only come from careful preservation, not restoration. Step inside, and you are greeted by maroon leather upholstery that bears the patina of decades of gentle use. The seats show the kind of wear that can't be replicated artificially, the soft sheen of genuine leather that has aged gracefully with time. To many collectors, this kind of originality is sacred. Reupholstering or redying it would destroy something irreplaceable, something that connects this car to its era in a tangible, almost human way. The dashboard, instruments, and switchgear also remain largely original, each piece a testament to Ghia's craftsmanship. The gauges are clear, elegant, and functional, framed by delicate chrome bezels that catch the light just so. Even the steering wheel, slightly worn along its rim, feels like a handshake from the past. A reminder that this was a car meant to be driven, not merely admired from afar. Underneath the hood lies the heart of Chrysler's engineering excellence, the 331 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. In the early 1950s, this power plant was a marvel of technology, delivering impressive performance and smoothness for its time. The example in this car is correct, paired with a 1954 PowerFlight automatic transmission that shifts seamlessly. The PowerFlight was Chrysler's first fully automatic transmission, and its inclusion here reflects how Ghia's luxury creations combined cutting-edge technology with timeless style. While some purists might inquire about the whereabouts of the original transmission, its absence is hardly a blemish. The car's authenticity and mechanical integrity remain intact, and the sale even includes the original carburetor alongside the upgraded 4-barrel unit currently installed. A thoughtful touch for anyone who appreciates historical accuracy. Like many hand-built cars of this caliber, this Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe has a colorful and well-documented history. It was first sold by France Motors in Paris in 1953 to none other than the celebrated jockey Johnny Longden. Longden was a legend in the racing world, the only jockey ever to win both the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes in the same year, and later, as a trainer, the Kentucky Derby once again. His success on the track was mirrored by his appreciation for fine automobiles, and it's easy to imagine why he was drawn to the Ghia's elegance and exclusivity. Longden shipped the car aboard the SS Liberté to his home in Arcadia, California, in the same year. Not long after, the Ghia passed into the hands of a resident in San Marino, one of California's most prestigious neighborhoods. Under her ownership, the car received small bumper additions, subtle reinforcements meant to protect the delicate hand-formed bodywork from everyday wear. These modifications left minor holes that remain visible today, serving as small but honest reminders of the car's life story. Later, in the 1960s, the car entered the collection of Robert Frumkin, a respected Chrysler historian and collector based in Los Angeles. Frumkin cherished the car for 2 decades, maintaining it meticulously and even obtaining a handwritten letter from the original owner confirming its provenance, originality, and factory color. In 1979, it changed hands once more, finding its way to its current owner, who has cared for it ever since. A remarkable continuity spanning nearly half a century. To see a Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe in person is to understand the essence of automotive artistry. I have personally shown a 1954 example at numerous concours events and can attest that these cars command attention wherever they go. Their presence on the show field is magnetic, drawing crowds not with brashness or noise but with elegance. The lines, the stance, the chrome accents, all come together in a composition so harmonious that it seems to defy time. Judges respond to that kind of authenticity and balance. I have taken home first-in-class awards at every event where I displayed mine, and the reason is simple. These cars are universally admired for their beauty and sophistication. Beyond their visual appeal, the Chrysler Ghia cars offer a level of usability that sets them apart from many other coach-built exotics. Underneath their Italian skin lies reliable American mechanicals. Parts for the Hemi V8 and PowerFlight transmission are not impossible to source, and the engineering is straightforward. This means that, unlike certain European exotics of the same era that demand constant attention and costly maintenance, the Chrysler Ghia can be driven and enjoyed with relative ease. That makes it not only a showpiece but also a rewarding car for tours and rallies. Owning one of these cars is like owning a piece of design history. The Ghia Special Coupe was created during a period of experimentation, when carmakers dared to dream big and push boundaries. Post-war prosperity had given rise to a culture of optimism, and cars became symbols of aspiration. Chrysler's collaboration with Ghia embodied that spirit perfectly. The American engineers provided the muscle and dependability. The Italian artisans delivered the emotion and the artistry. Together, they produced something that was more than just a car. It was an international statement about what the automobile could be. Even the process by which these cars were built speaks to their rarity. Each body was hand-formed by skilled craftsmen in Turin, Italy, using techniques that had been passed down for generations. The panels were shaped over wooden bucks, adjusted, and refined until every contour flowed seamlessly. Once the bodywork was complete, The cars were painted, trimmed, and prepared for shipment across the Atlantic. No two examples were exactly alike, each bearing subtle differences that make them unique. When you consider all this, the design pedigree, the historical significance, the craftsmanship, and the rarity, it becomes clear just how remarkable this 1953 example is. And then comes the most astonishing part: the price. At $299,000, this Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe is, frankly, a bargain. In today's market, you could easily spend more on a well-restored production car with a fraction of the presence or pedigree. For comparison, some Italian coach-built Ferraris from the same era routinely fetch millions at auction. And yet the Ghia offers a similar level of artistry and exclusivity. No, this car might not yet be ready for Pebble Beach. It shows the gentle wear of its years, the quiet dignity of a car that has lived. But that's precisely what makes it appealing. It hasn't been over-restored or sterilized into lifeless perfection. It still carries its story in every surface, every detail. And at nearly a third of the cost of many comparable concours cars, it represents one of the best values in the collector market today. It's also important to remember that the Chrysler Ghia series laid the groundwork for many of Chrysler's later design successes. The ideas explored in these limited production cars influenced everything from the 1955 Chrysler 300 to the later Imperial models. Exner's vision of combining European finesse with American practicality became a cornerstone of Chrysler's identity in the mid-1950s. Owning a Ghia Special Coupe, therefore, isn't just about owning a beautiful machine. It's about holding a foundational piece of Chrysler's design evolution. Spend a few moments walking around the car, and it reveals its personality in subtle ways. The long hood and short rear deck give it an elegant stance, while the gentle curve of the fenders hints at motion even when the car is still. The chrome details are delicately applied, enough to highlight the lines, but never so much as to distract from them. The proportions are perfect, the scale human and approachable. Open the heavy door, and the aroma of aged leather greets you, mixed with the faint metallic scent of old machinery. The cabin feels intimate, tailored, like a bespoke suit. Every switch, knob, and gauge has weight and tactility. Even the way the door closes, with a soft but solid click, reminds you that this was built during an era when craftsmanship mattered. The driving experience, too, is a revelation. The Hemi V8 delivers smooth and effortless power, the kind of torque that makes you smile as soon as you press the accelerator. The car glides rather than rushes, its ride comfortable yet confident. Steering is light by the standards of its time, and the visibility is surprisingly good. It's easy to imagine this car cruising along the French Riviera in the 1950s. The driver wearing sunglasses and a tailored jacket, the engine humming quietly under the hood. That's the sort of imagery these cars evoke. Romance, style, and freedom all rolled into one. What makes this Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe particularly compelling is how it bridges worlds. It's both an American and an Italian car, both luxurious and usable, both collectible and drivable. It appeals to historians, designers, and enthusiasts alike. And despite its rarity, it remains approachable in spirit. You don't need a team of specialists to keep it running, nor do you need to hide it away in a climate-controlled vault. It was built to be seen and enjoyed, and that's exactly what its next owner should do. For the collector who appreciates authenticity and artistry, this car checks every box. It offers the provenance of celebrity ownership, the pedigree of world-class design, and the satisfaction of originality. It's the kind of automobile that tells its story without words, through its lines, its patina, and its presence. Every time you look at it, you see something new, a reflection of the post-war dream, a testament to collaboration across continents, and a reminder that true beauty is timeless. It's worth reflecting on just how rare opportunities like this are in today's market. Most of the 18 Ghia Special Coupes built have either disappeared into private collections or been restored to perfection and locked away. To find one in such original, honest condition, still wearing its dove gray paint, still carrying its maroon leather interior, is extraordinary. It's the kind of car that could easily become the centerpiece of any collection or the star of any concours lawn. And yet, unlike so many 6- or 7-figure exotics, this one can still be acquired for a price that, while substantial, feels almost reasonable in context. Every great car tells a story, and this 1953 Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe tells several at once. It tells the story of post-war optimism, of American ambition meeting Italian artistry. It tells the story of Chrysler's pursuit of elegance and innovation under Virgil Exner's guidance. It tells the story of Johnny Longden, the champion jockey who brought this car across the ocean and made it part of his American dream. And it tells the story of every owner who has cherished it since, preserving it as a link between past and present. When you see it parked under the sunlight, the dove gray paint shimmering softly, you understand that it's more than metal and leather. It's history, sculpted and alive. And while some may chase the latest hypercar or over-restored classic, there's a deeper satisfaction in something like this. A car that wears its age proudly, that reminds us of a time when automobiles were created not by committees, but by visionaries. At $299,000, the 1953 Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe represents one of the most compelling values in the collector car world today. It is a rolling masterpiece, a testament to what happens when the best minds from two continents come together in pursuit of beauty. It is rare, authentic, and endlessly fascinating. For anyone who understands what it means to fall in love with a car, not just for how it looks or drives, but for the story it carries, this is the kind of discovery that doesn't happen often. And perhaps that's what makes this particular Chrysler so appealing. In a world where so many collector cars have been overexposed, overanalyzed, and overvalued, here is something pure. A car that needs no exaggeration, no justification. A car that speaks for itself. It's the kind of automobile that reminds you why we fall in love with cars in the first place. Not just for speed or status, but for beauty, craftsmanship, and soul. For me, that's what defines the Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe. It's more than just a car. It's a conversation between art and engineering, between America and Italy, between past and present. And while concours events may come and go, trends may shift, and values may rise and fall, cars like this remain eternal. They remind us that true elegance never shouts. It whispers. And this 1953 Chrysler Ghia Special Coupe whispers beautifully.